Hey guys, welcome to Go Math Lesson 5.6. Today we're going to be dividing decimals using partial quotients. Hey, if you want to follow along, go get some scratch paper and a pencil. If you're in my class, you should always be doing that. Alright, today we are dividing decimals, and I think you're going to like it because we're using something you're familiar with, which is partial quotients. Let's start off with an example problem of 6 3/10 divided by 7/10. Hey, a good idea, as always, is to estimate what this answer will be. If I was estimating this, I would say 7's really close to 1, and 6.3 is close to 6. So I would estimate this at about, you know what? Let me do that right. About 6, right? Okay, just keep that in mind when we get our answer. If you get something ridiculous like 60 or 90, you know you did something wrong. All right, here's the big key for lesson 5.6, and that is you never want to start off a problem with a decimal and your divisor. You just want to eliminate it. Think about chapter 4 when we were multiplying to find products. We got rid of the decimal. Well, we're going to get rid of the decimal here too. The way we do that is by moving it over one place, or which is essentially multiplying it by 10, right? Because 7/10 times 10 is whole number 7. You can do that as long as you also do it to your dividend. If you move your decimal over in your divisor one place, you have to move it over in your dividend one place. Okay, if we do that, if we move our decimal over one place in each, now we're talking about something totally different. We're talking about whole number 7 and whole number 63, right? Because it used to be here, and now it's here, and it used to be here, and now it's here. So basically what we're left with is 63 divided by 7, which most of you guys probably know in your head, and if you don't, that's okay too. You could just make a guess. I'm going to guess 9, because I know that 7 times 9 is 63 with no remainder, so our answer is whole number 9. That's pretty close to our estimate. We estimated about 6. 9's pretty close. That's a reasonable answer. All right, let's do another one. Maybe on this one, try pausing it, doing it along with me, or if you want to watch one more, that's okay. Okay, this time we're going to add some more digits in here. Our dividend is going to be 12 and 24 hundredths, and we're going to divide it by a divisor of 34 hundredths. All right, the big key to this lesson, we do not want decimals in our divisors. That will complicate things a lot for you. So we're going to move it out. We're going to move it out 2 places. You're allowed to do that, as long as you do it here too, to keep things equivalent. So we're going to move this one out 2 places. We basically multiplied both of them by 100, and that works. Let me explain really quick why this works. Let's say you're doing a problem like 25 divided by 5. And you know the answer is 5, right? But what if we did the same thing to this problem that we did to this problem, which is multiply both of them by 100? Well, this would be 500, and this would be 2,500. And guess what? The answer would still be 5. As long as you do the same thing to both the dividend and the divisor, you're going to get the same answer. That's why it's okay if we move decimals around, or essentially multiply that times 100, as long as you do it to this problem too. All right, I just wanted you guys to understand why that's okay to do that before we're just like willy-nilly, hey, let's just start moving decimals all over the place. It's okay as long as you do it the same to both. All right, here we go. If we do that, what we're left with is whole number 34 and whole number 1,224. So let me erase our marks where we moved everything. And let's look at this as a whole number problem, which in my mind is a lot easier. All right, so we're going to do this partial quotient style. And we're going to think about 34 going into 1,224. I want to start off with an initial guess of, I'm going to say, let's just go really friendly because I think a lot of you would do this. 10. That would get us a product of 340. Maybe that wasn't the best guess, huh? I have to borrow from this guy. That's 8 and 8. All right, maybe this time I'll guess a little bit larger. Maybe this time I'll go 20, because this was not that close. All right, if I guess 20, that's going to get us 680. And we have a difference of, ooh, that was closer, 204. All right, so I can't guess 10 because that would be too large. Obviously, I can't guess 20. That'd be way too large. So I'm going to try guessing 5. All right, I don't know 5 times 34 in my head, so I'm going to try it over here. Do a little what we call side work. That'd be 20. That'd be 15. That'd be 17. 170. Ooh, we're getting closer. Our remaining dividend is 34. I'm going to go ahead and guess 1. Just random, wild guess. Which gets us 34 with no remainder. Okay, to find our dividend, our quotient, we would just have to add all those up. That would be 36. So our answer is whole number 36. All right, let's do one more, you guys. This time, if you want to try it on your own, maybe pause it, come back and see if you got it figured out. That's great. Here we go. Our last problem that we're going to do today is 10 and 81 hundredths divided by 2 and 3 tenths. All right, if you want to pause the video, try it on your own, go ahead and pause it now. Okay, hopefully you paused it and you were able to figure it out or try to figure it out, because a lot of times we learn best from just messing up. All right, I'm going to move the decimal over one place, which means I'm going to move it over one place here. I wonder if any of you thought like, oh, I'm going to move this one over 2 here. You don't have to do that. You only don't want the decimal in your divisor. You can have a decimal in your dividend. It's okay. All right, if we do that, what that leaves us with is whole number 23 and whole number 108 and 1/10. If you're worried about, well, how does it go into here? Don't worry, we're going to look at that. Okay, let's start dividing. When we divide this one, since we have a decimal in our dividend, we're just going to ignore it, okay? Just like multiplying, we're just going to ignore this decimal for now. Forget about it. Don't worry about it. We're going to treat this as 1,081. I know it seems weird. Treat this as 1,081 for now. We got the decimal out of our divisor. That's what matters most. All right, I'm going to start off with an initial guess of 20. I know that 10 times 23 is 230, so 20 times 23 has got to be 460. All right, that's 1, 2, and 6. I'm going to guess 20 again. That gets us 460 with a remaining dividend of 161. This time I can't guess 10, so I'll go 5. I better do some side work for 5 times 23. That's 15. That's 11. 115. Getting closer. All right, now we have a difference of 46. I'm going to go ahead and guess 2, which isn't really a guess. I know that's 46 with no remainder. All right, we add up all of our partial quotients, and that gets us an answer of 47. Let's talk about why that answer doesn't make sense, 47. Because 47 cannot go into 23 cannot go into 108 47 times. That would be crazy. Remember I said just ignore this decimal for now? Well, let's remember it. There's 1 digit to the right of the decimal, so in our answer, we need to have 1 digit to the right of the decimal. Okay, is 4.7 a reasonable answer? Yeah, 23 going into 108 about 4 times. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's reasonable. All right, you guys, that was a lot in today's lesson, so let's do a quick recap. You can never have decimals in your divisor. You have to move them out. Whatever you do to move them out of the divisor, you must also do in the dividend. It's okay to have a decimal in your dividend, but pretend it's not there while you're solving and put it back in at the end. All right, you guys. I hope that helps. I hope that gets you started at least on lesson 5.6. And we'll see you next time.